Welcome to the IME Community Podcast, where self-love is your superpower to achieve your weight and life goals and make your mark in the world. Your host is Dr. Carla, activist, MD. If you're a teen who's looking to revolutionize your health and can't wait to follow your dreams, welcome to the IME community.
Welcome to week 10 of the Reverse Your Insulin Resistance Challenge. This is the most powerful week. I know I say it, but I promise this is. It's Self-Love Superpower Week. This is a foundational message of IME Community. It's why I created it. It's been the most powerful transformational work of my life. I can't wait to share it all with you this week. Okay, we just wrapped up diffusing low-carb confusion, and it was awesome. And next week is going to be sleep and stress, so taking a holistic approach to your health, which we all need to do. And the last week is going to be about relationships and creating healthy boundaries, okay? Did you know that we were created to have boundaries, okay? Boundaries aren't selfish. Boundaries are very, very loving. All right, that's going to be amazing. That's going to wrap up 12 weeks of the Reverse Your Insulin Resistance Challenge. And you may say, hey, Dr. Carla, what's the most powerful weeks that you have created? I'm going to tell you, if you want to know what are the 3 components of IME Community and how I created it, go to week 8, week 9, and this week, week 10. And I put them in a row, okay? They're not necessarily in order of importance. If I did, I would have created this week first, okay? So it's week 8 was coach you. Let's life coach. So you learn the tools of life coaching. Now, I don't expect you to learn all that in 1 week of TikTok videos, a YouTube video, an IME Community podcast, Instagram posts. Yeah, I'm showing up and doing TikTok lives and giving so much out and so much value for free, and it's incredible. It's amazing. It's game-changing. We're getting more followers. All these amazing things are happening. Lots of views on the TikTok videos. The message is getting out that we need to take a metabolic health approach, but we need to work on our mind management, and we need to learn self-love superpower to transform our health and reach any goal we want. But the most powerful thing is that if you sign up and join IME Community, then you get me as your coach, because the coaching is what's really powerful. So if you're a teen, 12 to 18, you're struggling with your weight, your body image, you want to work on some of your life goals, chase your dreams, create some positivity, join a supportive community of other teens who are going through what you're going through. They're from all over. It's a blast. It's so much fun. It's so easy. You get to connect on Zoom with me and the other teens. It's fun. You get support from a community of other teens who are co-creating this amazing community with me. And you create results right away. So I was just coaching a teen the other night on time management. That's what she wanted coaching on. And so she made some profound thought awareness and created some beliefs that would serve her on purpose. And I was just blown away. I was just absolutely blown away by her mind. I'm never not blown away by the brilliant thinking and thought awareness that teens create. Coaching is the best. It is the best thing. And I coach with compassion and I coach with vision. So you're going to create a positive personal vision for yourself and just be excited about making the changes that you choose that you want to make. Okay, here's my shirt. Be kind. Be kind to everyone. Please be kind to everyone. So I follow lots of people on TikTok, and one of my favorites is Jordan. She is on the autism spectrum, but what's amazing about her is her messaging is be kind to everyone, and she has merch. So go to her site, and I think you can look up Be Kind to Everyone, or look up Jordan, and she and her mom are on there a lot, and they ask you a lot of questions like, She likes to go out to eat. She really knows what she likes. So then she'll ask you, what you like. What are you doing today? What are you having for dinner? What's your favorite kind of ice cream? Those kinds of things. And so it's really fun. And I love following her and her life, and when her grandma was just visiting her. So I'm like, Self-Love Superpower Week, I'm going to support this amazing message. So I got some of her merch. And again, be kind to everyone. It's not hard. Being kind to everyone is the easy choice. It's the easy choice. It takes energy to be cruel and mean. So let's be kind to everyone, and let's have a more powerful, meaningful, loving life. Okay. Showing up as your true self is being kind to everyone. That's how human beings are made. Okay. So welcome to Self-Love Superpower. Don't stop believing. Once you learn Self-Love Superpower and that you can hop into the phone booth, I hope you know who Superman is, like Clark Kent, and become Superman. Put on the cape. Become Superman. Whenever your world needs saving, your world, it's so powerful. That is accessible to you. Step into that phone booth. I need it. Self-Love Superpower, got that cape on. Self-Love Superpower is always available to you. It is daily intentional habit practice. You don't arrive at a summit. You don't wait for it to come. It's not going to land in your lap. You have to work for it. There's no arrival point. You have to show up and believe in it for yourself. It's a skill, and we're often taught the opposite in our society and culture and families. And we're taught that listening to the negative self-talk, inner critic, is what motivates to take action. And research, yes, amazing coaching research on the positive effects of coaching, there's a lot of it out there, shows that coaching with compassion creates positive emotion activation, which is what it takes to create an action or a goal. We can't self-hate ourselves to a goal, okay? We cannot do that. We can't loathe ourselves to a goal. All right, our brain is going to offer that up to us, and that may be the strong patterning pathway in our brains, and those may be beliefs, and that negative self-talk, Judge Judy is what I call it, in your brain. But you don't have to keep believing it. You can learn the art of letting it go and believing something on purpose. It serves you and creates your results. And I'm getting excited just talking about it because I'm wearing my shirt. Be kind to everyone. Okay, another reminder. All right. In other words, when the going gets tough, you don't need to be whipped into shape. Okay? By Judge Judy in your brain. You need a nurturing hug, and you need self-compassion and self-love to create any result you want. During this podcast, YouTube video, I'm going to be using some of these terms interchangeably, okay? Self-compassion, self-love, self-kindness, whatever. You get to choose what works, but self-love is the most powerful. Self-love superpower is not like a switch. You just start automatically loving yourself today. Yay! No, especially if you've been really stuck in that patterning of negative self-talk and being really attached to it. Remember, thoughts are like a rainbow. I should bring out my little stuffed prop. My kids make fun of my rainbow, my thought rainbow. Thoughts are like a rainbow. They come and go. You are not your thoughts. Thoughts are optional. It's the problem is attaching to the thoughts or the powerful thoughts that are on a loop in our brain, which are beliefs. And we think we have to stay attached to those, but we don't. Okay? And remember, Judge Judy is going to come up, that negative self-talk, that inner critic is going to be mobilized. Our brain's going to start in on us whenever we're ready to make a change, whenever we're trying to really love ourselves and take any sort of action, it's going to come up, self-doubt. That's when you know you're taking action. There's nothing going wrong. That's what your brain is doing. Again, it's a cloud going by, and you are the quiet confidence of the blue sky. It is a rainbow that comes and goes. A thought is a sentence in your mind. Beliefs, powerful thoughts in a loop on our brain. If you keep believing beliefs that don't serve you, you will keep creating your current results you don't want. Okay? It is not a shocker. When you keep believing beliefs, fun play on words here, that don't serve you, you will keep creating your current results that you don't want. Okay? You are a thought shift away from your goal. Okay? It's so cool. Week 10, Self-Love Superpower Monday. 5 Steps to Say IME Monday. I hope you watched my first podcast. I also have a printable, 5 Steps to Say IME. And it's our 5 steps to full love and acceptance. This is my philosophy to meet in the middle, okay? You can fully love and accept yourself right now. You can also accept you want to make some changes, okay? No problems here. Do you fully love and accept yourself no matter what? And here's the exciting news. You can fully love and accept yourself starting right now. All you have to do is follow my 5 easy steps that I created to full self-acceptance. What does full self-acceptance mean to you? What does self-acceptance mean to you? Did you know that self-acceptance has absolutely nothing to do with our weight? It has absolutely nothing to do with a measurement on the scale. It has absolutely nothing to do with anybody else, what they say about us, or anybody else's actions. Things that are out of our control have nothing to do with our self-acceptance. It comes from our thoughts, okay? So powerful. So let's get started with the 5 steps to say IME. So the number 1 step is to understand that self-acceptance is always available to you. It's like a warm self-acceptance blanket. You could just wrap it around yourself, and you don't even have to do anything. You don't have to take any action. Again, just it's invisible. You can pull it on, wrap it around yourself whenever you need it, okay? Number 2, choose to believe you don't have to wait until you've reached a goal to fully love and accept yourself, okay? We always put our self-acceptance, our happiness, and believe that it's going to happen when maybe we reach a weight goal, we get a certain grade, we make a team, we are friends with somebody, they respond on social media, whatever. We get invited to that party. When we put that wait on the goal for full self-acceptance, we just never reach it because we always keep waiting, because full self-acceptance is created with our mind. It's created with thoughts, creating thoughts that serve us, that create the feeling of acceptance. Okay. Number 3, stop staying stuck believing something that isn't serving you. So I've talked about that before. We can just drop it like a book. It's the art of letting go. Once you're a curious observer, looking at your mind as a curious observer, watching the thoughts that go by, and you're like, wait, I've never challenged these beliefs. I don't have to stay stuck in them. I don't have to stay stuck. I can choose it. I can keep choosing that. And my mind's probably going to keep offering it, but I don't have to. And I can understand that the reason I keep staying stuck is because I keep choosing it and be attached to it. Okay, it's powerful. Number 4, start creating and accepting beliefs that serve you and your dreams. I know that I can learn to fully love and accept myself. I am learning to fully love and accept myself. I love myself. I love and accept myself. Number 5, create a daily self-acceptance habit. So what are the ways that you're checking in with yourself throughout the day to create self-love, self-acceptance, practice self-kindness, okay, throughout the day. So we're not, because oftentimes we think, okay, maybe I'll journal and write for a few minutes in the morning or at night, or maybe I didn't have time, and then you just go throughout the day and we're like just functioning externally, right? We're just going to school, going to work, doing what we need to do, eating whatever we need to do, and then sleeping and getting our work done. And it's like we haven't really even checked in with our internal self and become centered at all. Okay, so I want you to do that. I want you to try these IME community self-acceptance mantras that I wrote for you. I fully love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. I am learning to fully love and accept myself. Make up your own. That's really powerful. If you make up create your own self-acceptance mantra that feels really like believable to you. Okay? That is so powerful. All right. Now you're ready to go out into the world, and remember that your warm self-acceptance blanket is always available to you. Okay? That was what are the 5 steps to IME? Monday. What is Self-Compassion Tuesday? So my all-time favorite self-compassion guru and researcher is Dr. Kristin Neff. I talk about her all the time in her work. So for me in my life, along with incredible life and well-being, my incredible life and well-being coach, Kristen Webster, shout out to Kristen, Dr. Neff's work has transformed my life. And you may want to check out her most recent book. Is called Fierce Self-Compassion. I got it. I've yet to, really dive in and read it. I have a problem with that these days with books, but I'm also like, I'm not going to make that a problem because that's okay. It's ready. It's available for me. And I've read her other books and listened to them on Audible, and it's awesome. Okay. She describes self-compassion in 3 areas of her research. So there's self-kindness, there's mindfulness, and there's common humanity. And I recommend checking out her website at self-compassion.org, and you can actually test your level of self-compassion. And I did that, and I found out that I was actually kind of low on self-kindness, but you can get those areas measured and see where you need to do that daily intentional work, okay? And one thing that she teaches, and that's been really helpful when learning to practice self-compassion, because we don't even have the vocabulary for it. We don't even know what that means. And we think we're compassionate people, we can be compassionate towards others, and that's easy for us, but we can't be compassionate for ourselves. And when a situation feels hard, I would try to talk to yourself like you would a friend who's going through the same situation, okay? We would never talk to our friends the way that our inner critic, negative self-talk, Judge Judy brain talks to us, right? Who's our friend who's having a hard time. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't be our friend. I mean, come on, am I right here? So think about some times that you've helped a friend with compassion, or that a friend has helped you with compassion when you're going through a hard time, and start talking to yourself and be that compassionate, nurturing friend in the same way you talk to your friend or your friend talk to you when you're having a tough time, okay? Building self-trust Wednesday. So a big part of taking action on a goal, and I teach this, is that you create self-trust. You create evidence that you can trust yourself to have the integrity to show up for a promise you made to yourself. It's awesome, and a goal that you chose for yourself, that you want to move forward on. It's so powerful. Once you learn that skill and self-compassion, you can do whatever you want. So what would it be like to create evidence you can trust yourself to show up for yourself and for your goal that you set for yourself? So yesterday I coached on self-compassion. That was on Tuesday, but I'm giving it all right now in this video, so it wasn't yesterday. That's self-compassion daily intentional habit practice. So you build self-trust when you are practicing daily intentional self-compassion. Maybe you call it self-kindness. Maybe you call it full self-acceptance. It doesn't matter. What it means is that instead of attaching to negative self-talk thoughts that come up when things aren't going your way and when things get hard, you recognize that that's just that voice. Those are just thoughts that are going by. That's just a rainbow that comes and goes, just a sense in your mind. And I'm not my thoughts. Thoughts are optional. And then you mobilize your self-love superpower thoughts, okay? So like, for instance, instead of, I'm just throwing this out there, instead of when your brain says like, you'll never get this in on time because you're so lazy, try, I have my back and I won't be hard on myself no matter when I turn it in. It's okay. All right? What's your self-love mantra Thursday? So self-love superpower is a daily intentional habit practice. I've said that probably 100 times so far. There's no arrival point. It's a skill. And we're often taught the opposite in our society, that we need to be listening to the negative self-talk inner critic is what motivates us to take action. We think that. Sometimes maybe in our lives that has worked for us, okay? And being hard on ourselves has worked, so that's kind of reinforced it. All right? But research, yes, amazing again, coaching research shows that coaching with compassion, this, I mentioned this before, creates positive emotion activation. So we're going to go back to what I talked about in the intro of this YouTube video and podcast on self-love mantra Thursday, because it's so important. So in other words, so when the going gets tough, you don't need to be whipped into shape. You need a nurturing hug and self-compassion to create any result that you want. Okay. And it's not like a switch. And this practice takes the power away from the negative and allows you to create a new, more positive focus. So when I feel like I'm being hard on myself, I can really tell in my body. Okay. And I ask teens I'm coaching this, they'll be, I don't know, I just feel upset. One, so like I feel it in my chest. I can't really describe it. I'm like, well, you might try that, you know, when you're sitting down to do something and you can tell that you're being kind of negative on yourself. Okay. Try that and see if you can see if you can describe where it is in your body and what color it is. Okay, so I feel it in my body. I feel tired right away. My jaw clenches, it tightens up. And it feels like I'm pushing my way through even the most minimal tasks that shouldn't even take that much energy. So what's happening there is that I'm resisting the emotions that are coming up that I'm perceiving as negative. And that's like holding a beach ball under the water. And it's a major energy zapper, okay? I think it was Carl Jung who said that whatever we focus on, we create more of. So you can create a self-love super pathway in your brain. I mean, you can change up the pathways in your brain. So what are your self-compassion, self-love mantras? Those are powerful affirmations that you can say to yourself to disrupt the power of the negative self-talk. So when things are getting hard, you can create, Dr. Kristen Neff talks about this, like, this is really hard right now. These are some that I wrote. I don't cause and I don't control all the things in my life. It's okay. I don't need to fix anything. There's nothing going wrong. I am enough. I am always enough. May I be kind to myself as I'm working through this. So here's the self-love superpower steps to creating a new pathway in your brain. These are just basic things. So first, just acknowledging when you're triggered and you're being hard on yourself. Create a pause. We can shift to something new. Create new beliefs that are going to serve us on purpose. And then put more priority on that and focus on that positive, and then you get to rewire your pathway over time. As you challenge a new pathway, you learn to let that go, okay? Be kind to yourself first. Friday, self-kindness is not cheesy or syrupy. It's not just like a message, be kind to everyone, on a t-shirt. I mean, this is like, Jordan, she lives it every day, and she's getting her powerful kindness message out to everyone. But be kind to everyone includes be kind to yourself first, okay? And it's not staring at yourself, looking in the mirror and chanting self-kindness affirmations, but feel free to do that if it's helpful to you. And you look marvelous, by the way, if you are doing that. Okay, but self-love, self-kindness, it starts with loving yourself unconditionally. And in our society, many of our families, your family may be like this, where you're taught that like showing your emotions and your feelings and self-love is like too vulnerable and it's weak. But actually it's courageous to be vulnerable, to share. And it's not at all, it's the opposite. And self-love is the most loving practice that you can have for the others you care about in your life, okay? It's so important. It's like putting on your oxygen mask first so you can help others with theirs, okay? It's so powerful, because if you don't have any oxygen, you're not gonna be any help to anyone, okay? Self-love is fuel for meaningful and purposeful lives. And self-kindness is one of the most important steps in moving towards self-love superpower. So self-love, self-kindness is learned and is to be practiced. So like I know in like my family growing up, we had a stressful family. My mom was a single parent, and we didn't have a lot of money, and she struggled with depression, and it was just really hard. There wasn't a lot of acknowledgement of my sisters and I's like feelings at all. There was just not a lot of self-love wasn't taught, and the idea of self-compassion and self-love was just like a complete total foreign language. It just wasn't ever even in our lives. So it's learned. If you are in a family that teaches self-kindness, and as parents, if you're listening, the most important thing you got to role model is not perfect eating or fitness. It's self-compassion, it is self-love, and it is self-kindness. And because when we learn these tools, then we can take action on any goal, because we always have our back, and we're not gonna beat ourselves up or make it grueling along the way, okay? Self-kindness is always available to you, like self-acceptance, like self-love, okay? What are the ways you practice self-kindness every day? And I'm not talking about self-care. I'm not talking about like necessarily, that can be part of it, but burning a candle or, it can be like prioritizing your self-care, okay? But think about that. How are you being kind to yourself every day? Stop self-judging Saturday. So I love coaching teens because they soak up the life coaching skills like a sponge, and it's so fun. And I was recently coaching a member of IME community, and she wanted some coaching on time management, which don't we all want help on that? And she always gets her homework done, but was stuck in a pattern of like judging herself as a procrastinator, and was really listening to her Judge Judy inner critic every day. And she was really believing it, that inner critic negative self-talk. And every day that she procrastinated, even though she got her homework done, she got studying done, she created more evidence to not trust herself, right? And she created more evidence. She thought that she's a procrastinator, that she always puts stuff off, that wait until she goes to college, oh my gosh, All right, so I was asking her some really powerful coaching questions that you can ask yourself when you feel your inner critic coming up. So, what are you making it mean? What are you making it mean? There was a lot of self-judging and labeling herself as a procrastinator. And I told her, can you think about it like in a different way that serves you? Because I'm thinking about it as like, oh, here she is, somebody who always gets her homework done. That's it. That's all I'm thinking about it. And I asked her, can you see how your attachment to beliefs keep creating that result that you don't want? Like saying I'm believing it and attaching to I'm a procrastinator means you're going to procrastinate. You're going to put it off, okay? So what would it be like, here's another question, to create a belief that serves you and your goals? And so what she decided to do, she took it and ran with it. Brilliant, amazing, life coaching, self-coaching. What would it be like to create a belief that serves you and your goals? So she decided to do a belief upgrade and recognize when Judge Judy thoughts are coming up. Write them down on like a notepad or post-it note, and then do a belief upgrade. And then switch them up to create a self-love superpower belief upgrade instead. So that's super powerful. Once you have awareness, then you have the choice to let fixed and limited beliefs go and create beliefs that create the results you want. It's so powerful. So one belief upgrade that I worked on with another teen was she believed and had this thought that created a feeling of unmotivated and stuck. And that was, I can't stick to healthy habits. I can't keep habits. That's what it was. So then we worked really hard. It's like, why are you believing that? Well, she was looking back at her past self and bringing forth all the evidence. And I said, you can keep choosing it, but just recognizing, as you know, that it's just a rainbow that comes and goes. You can't prove that that's true, and it's not going to serve you. What would it be like to think I can create any habit I want? And she loved that. And so she went with that, and that created a feeling of motivated. And when you're motivated, you're going to take action and you're going to get the results you want. And the result is I created any habit she wanted. And she did that this summer. She did that for herself. It's so cool. All right. I want you to list 5 beliefs about you and what your current goals are. And it doesn't have to be anything that's that big of a deal. But whatever your goal is, what are your 5 beliefs about you achieving that goal? And then try a self-love superpower belief upgrade. I did this with my fitness coach, and it was super powerful, okay? And I had a fixed and limited belief that was, I am not an athlete, which you'd be like, true. But do I need to be like a Olympic athlete to exercise, to be fit? No. And reach my fitness goals? No. And so my belief upgrade was that my body was created to move. Yeah. And it's fun to be active. And that's true. Okay, have your own back no matter what Sunday. So don't stop believing unless it's a belief that doesn't serve you. And hold on to that feeling if you want to. I love Steve Perry's voice, and everyone knows the song about a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going in. I'm sorry, I love that song so much and it's annoying, but going anywhere, and that city boy born and raised in South Detroit. Okay, we've been talking a lot. I have been in the coaching call. So you want to join IME community, so you just click on Zoom and get me as your coach. Because I'm telling you, I love coaching. It's my very favorite thing. And my family can tell you that because I'm like on fire excited after every time. It's like an energy boost for me. Okay? It's so powerful. All right, we talk about rejecting diet thinking and culture. It's a really important first step with learning self-love superpower instead of listening to the negative self-talk inner critic and not having your own back, okay? We don't want to put all the priority on the external outside of ourselves beliefs that keep us stuck and don't work, okay? That negativity is going to come up whenever we want to take action on a goal, okay? When we're being hard on ourselves, we can recognize or acknowledge when that negative voice comes up, create a pause, and practice our self-compassion or self-love mantras. This is a skill and allows us to build self-trust and know we will have our own back as we move along toward our goals, okay? It's just a practice. You'll need the coaching support. It's awesome. It's one thing for me to tell you this, and this is incredible, valuable stuff. But like me, like I loved the coaching. I got the support from my coach. So you want to join IME community if you're a teen, okay? And you want to get in on it as a founding member. So the first 100 members are going to get some really cool opportunities. And I'm going to give away 10 one-on-one life coaching sessions. So that could be with the teen, the parent, or both of you. For the first 100 members, you're going to get in a drawing for that. So it's really cool. And as you're getting in on the beginning, it does really feel like one-on-one coaching. And I'm coaching teens and meeting you wherever you are. Okay? So awesome. Up next week, week 11, is sleep and stress. So I haven't decided what I'm going to title that week. Anyway, thanks for listening, and don't stop believing. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the IME Community Podcast, where self-love is your superpower. The content of this podcast represents the opinions of Dr. Carla Lester and is not intended as, and shall not be understood as, a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. The opinions shared reflect the host and guest and do not represent an organization or medical group. Always seek the advice of your physician or therapist if you have concerns about your health. And please, like and subscribe to the IME Community Podcast. Share IME with your friends and go to imecommunity.com to join the member community. Don't forget to follow IME on social.